don't think I'm gonna be ready
Hello,
for my Riz.
and welcome to the Ladies of Lore. I am your Dungeon Master, Kayla, and I am introducing some of my beloved friends and adventurers. Say hi, beloved friends and adventurers.
Hi,
Hi,
beloved
beloved
friends and
friends and
adventurers.
adventurers.
You're so cheesy. It's so cheesy. Um, well, we would like to thank you for joining us. I am going to pass this over to Emily for the recap, and we are going to start there. And without further ado, just because I'm probably going to wrap this up in a fairly timely fashion, so we're going to kind of jump right into things.
All right, so last time on Fête of Fables, we were gathered around a cauldron being shown a scrying vision by the Queen of Hell. She showed us a red dragonborn who seemed to be of importance. We were led inside the castle by the divine family to a large banquet and invited to feast with them. Conversations ensue, where we learn a bit about our mission to participate in a competition, as well as info on each other, as well as the family, who are regarded by our party members with either admiration, disdain, or bewilderment. Dinner ends with a quarrel between the family, and our party members are left to their own devices to explore the castle as they see fit. Mari tries to get Mari tries to get us to agree to work together in the competition tomorrow, with everyone seeming to agree. Kit and Mari lead us back to the courtyard that Manya was insisting we return to. Manya was in search of a gold lyre that she had seen Verena? Verena put down when we all arrived here from the circus. She finds it and, when expecting it, is thrust into a violent memory. When the others go to check on her, she attacks Mari. The fight ends almost immediately, with both sides having no ill intent to the other. There are a few flashbacks triggered by our PCs. Oh no. Throughout the evening, as parts of our past that have been forgotten due to the amnesia that affects the souls who enter limbo are resurfaced. Dahlia and Manya have a disagreement that leads to Manya to dejectedly begin to play the lyre, which oddly begins to sing with Manya's missing voice. The song enchants us and sends the nearby automatons to power down momentarily, infecting our robot companion Kit as well. We ended our session with everyone wondering what just happened.
And we are going to pick up right there to set the scene one more time. We have an expanse of a grassy knoll kind of area that has these long waving grains and kind of cattails that trail off to these little paths that are lined with marble columns, banisters, and a series of different fountains in between. Scrambling to Kit's aid, who was the first one by their side?
I think technically me, because I helped her up.
Okay. Um, because of Kit's size, I would say, do you put the item down or do you just put it back on your person?
No, I'm probably holding it with one hand. All I did was offer her my hand, just to kind of be like, I didn't mean to get you down on your knees. Sorry.
Okay.
Mari's probably right there. If not like a second later, then a turn later.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. In this moment, Kit, had I already had you take one of those points to your stress level?
Yes, I currently have one left.
Okay, understood. I will leave this either up to a dice roll or to your discretion. You don't have to tell me which. If this is something that you want to roll for, or you just decide on your own, entirely up to you. After Kit has momentary power downs, when she reclaims herself, what does that moment feel like? Because I can only imagine that it's mildly disorienting. Do you think that she responds to how does she respond to those situations? How do you think that it's more of a violent reaction or how would she kind of navigate that?
I think it's just an exhaustion.
Okay.
Like a little bit of a disorientation of like I don't fully understand what just happened to me.
Okay.
And all I know is that I am very nervous and very exhausted.
Okay. Kind of coming to you see Manya's hand is extended to you. You also see that others kind of flank your sides, worried and kind of rushing up to you to see how you are doing after a unsettling and unexpected shutdown.
What happened?
Are you all right? Is this the same thing that happened in the forest?
I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't usually happen like that. And
But it happens often?
This is different too. Is everyone okay?
I'll take a quick glance around. Everyone's fine.
Oh. That's good. No one's ever come to check on me like this after that happens.
Well, let me be the first, and I'll offer her a hand up. Although I think Mania's already offering a hand up, so I would be the second.
I'm
I think you'd
convinced.
probably see that Kit's has some idea that this came from Anya and is a little nervous to take her hand.
That's fair.
I think she would take Mary's hand, but also like tentatively, like barely touch Manya's hand to like not be offensive, and use
Please
both
don't.
of
Mania
them like really
is
far away.
probably stronger than I am, so
Manya's convinced that she can't telepathically speak to a robot, so she's not offended. She's just like, alright. Like, she kind of shrugs, pats your hand a little bit, and like moves her hand away.
Pats your hand
Yeah. Like, it's okay.
like a grandma. Like, oh.
speaking of, and Mari would glance between Mania and Dahlia, what just happened?
I'll ask her.
It- she has the lyre in one hand, and her other hand just kind of like very gently face palms because she knows that no one's falling for it anymore. But I do think that she is just probably just gonna keep going with it because Dahlia's going with it, and she doesn't want to hurt poor Dahlia, so she like starts doing the little hand gestures.
We do not have to.
No, we have to.
No, yeah. She just keeps going, and like in your head, in your head,
But seriously, I'll seriously ask him, like, are you okay? Like, did you mean to do that?
no, didn't mean to do that. I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. Also, we can continue to do the hand signals because I see that they're important to you.
Hey, we need to keep up the ruse, okay? Like,
It's
I'm sure they believe it.
yeah, definitely.
Are you
To the
saying
rest
this
of us
around
all,
us?
like with an eyebrow up.
No, we're speaking telepathically. You can't. Yeah, I'm not speaking out loud.
Oh, you're not doing this. How are we supposed to know?
I'm
It's
tapping
very
again.
sporadic.
I'm just tapping. Yeah. They definitely, yep, the ruse is working. They believe us. No, I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I kind of want to do it again, but I'll wait until Kit's not in the in the way because it kind of felt bad for that one. Do you know any surgeons?
I mean, not here.
Yeah, very stupid question. Okay.
That's
I know
such
a bit of
sweet
medicine.
answer.
I've got some magic that can heal.
Do you have enough to heal this? And she's just gonna point at her vocal cords again. I need them back. Can you do this?
I could try.
Okay, well, try. And for everyone who can't hear them, they just see that I'm pointing at the strings of this lyre and like pointing
Yeah.
at my neck.
Yeah.
Dahlia?
Everybody make an intelligence check.
Hell yes.
I'm so
Where's
good
my
at
dice at?
intelligence.
Dahlia and
Where'd
Manya
my
too?
dice go?
No, just everybody who's watching you guys fake sign language your way through this scene.
17.
17.
So got a
I would say
17.
smart
Big-
enough.
big for
Smart
me.
enough.
8.
8.
I'm not. I just rolled really well.
Heck yeah.
Not smart enough.
Oh.
I got a 14.
14. Smart enough. For everybody but Umbriel, it becomes very apparent to you that this is the potentiality, that these are hers by the way that she's reacting and the sound that you heard. Your brain starts to cognate and put 2 and 2 together, that noise that was coming from the lyre, that singing, that sound that was hers while her mouth was moving, that is very transparently what she is trying to say, that this is hers. Umbriel, you see someone who looks like they are freaking out because this instrument just caused a major disturbance. But you can't really figure out what it is that they're saying because the amount of gesturing that's going on, you don't speak that sign language and you don't know enough of their signs to understand what it is that they're saying. It could be anything. It looks really complex. One of them's doing Morse code and the other one is doing full-blown sign language. So
Infernal isn't their first language.
You say in my head.
Would I, by any chance, have like seen Verena with this at all? And like, would she have said anything in front of me?
oh yes. I'll say let's do a roll with advantage, and it's gonna be we'll just do an intelligence check as well to try and bring it back from like a distant memory.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, it's a nat 20.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
First nat 20 of the night.
Nice. Okay,
Good, because
so
the other one was an 8.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so we will say with the nat 20 shit. What would be considering, just for the sake of expediency, like a month in our time would have been just about a month ago. You recall sitting in Azeroth's tower. You remember hearing Verena discussing the people that her father had wanted to bring into the freak show. The freak show, despite what popular belief might lead, is actually where they cage all the average, regular people. All the people who want to look just like everybody else. All the people who have this keeping up with the Joneses mentality. Those are the ones that are kept in the cages. And during that time frame, there was a rumor that you guys were getting an influx of like magical and outsider type souls. You're not entirely sure why this was happening, but you did hear that there's essentially more people being funneled into the circus, that the freak show has been kind of overflowed, and they're taking more people and turning them into performers. With this, you would have seen her very showfully strut across the tower, showing off this lyre. She says, you know, it pays to be a princess. You can have basically whatever you want. And then she begins to play this beautiful song. And that's what you remember before your body shuts down to the image of her playing this lyre.
I think Kit would take a step away from it and kind of look at Manya and say, "Do those... are those yours?"
She will just nod her head yes.
And you want them back.
It's just, I think that she probably doesn't want to be mean to you because she can tell that you are just like the cutest little thing ever, but she definitely just gives you the bitchiest eye roll and like kind of like gestures like, duh, why would I not?
If you get these back, will they hurt every time you speak? You've accidentally hurt 2 of us in the last 5 minutes.
That's yeah.
I think she does the exact same thing to you too. Mari doesn't want to be mean to you because like you have been so kind and also just gives you the same eye roll, like points to her like
What do you
throat
mean?
again.
Well, do you know? You
I didn't
cannot.
mean to do it.
You can shake your head. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if that is returned to her. I assume her voice, I assume your vocal cords were stripped from you when they slit your throat. Will they hurt?
Kayla, what do I remember about this lyre?
Are you rolling a dice right now?
I'm preparing.
Jorkin.
Oh, I forget that it always looks bad.
I mean, yeah, is my Madi voice, I guess, is go off.
What you remember about that moment? Roll me a d20 and make it a wisdom saving throw for yourself.
Okay. Wisdom save? Where are you?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Also, I don't mean to take the spotlight, Umbriel or Lova, if you wanted to jump in and take turns being protective or whatever, too.
I got a 12.
Yeah, everyone protects me.
A 12.
Yeah.
I would say when they talk about like slitting your throat, that would just the terminology of that I think would trigger you to have like the flashback of mob mentality kind of above you before you're seen. And I think that you would immediately try and shake it off and just be like, it would be enough of a like uncomfortable, like I don't want to think about it moment to not really explore it too much deeper. I think it would just be like oh, we don't touch that, not here, not with all y'all. I don't know you like that.
Then I think in Dahlia's head, you'll just hear her say, just tell them it won't hurt them. And like it won't hurt me and I won't hurt anyone.
No, it won't hurt you guys.
And that right there, that's the motherfucking queen. Let's go. That's my bestie.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, sure, fuck it,
Can I roll deception?
fuck yeah, roll off, rollies, baby, fucking rollies.
17, although I imagine you have some +9, +13,
Yeah,
plus 85.
Queen of
There are
Deception, yeah, I
champions that are plus
guarantee it's gonna be
19.
insane.
For our trickster, yeah, it has to be.
Did you
Oh,
roll
yeah.
a 30? Did
It's gonna be a slutty 35
you
or
need a
something.
calculator?
It's
I
not
feel
that high.
like
It's a 19. What did you get?
it's high enough. 17.
Yeah.
I've been tricked.
The certainty behind her voice and the assuredness at which Dahlia speaks, you feel not totally quelled because you can't
I'm
stop
convinced
your
enough.
suspicious nature. Yeah, but you definitely feel like it's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, my concern is more, no offense, Manya. But Manya is out of control. She's hurt 2 of us in the last like 5 minutes, and she hasn't controlled herself either time. So I'm just concerned about the future.
That's fair. I get it.
Makes sense.
Like, you probably would have killed me if I didn't roll a higher initiative. Like, just
Probably.
I think when Lova hears that everything's gonna be fine, she like takes a very pointed, broad step, kind of like half in front of Brielle, and is like, "Okay."
Oh
Oh my
If you
god,
say
can I have
so.
taken a half step in front of Kit too? It's just like,
Oh my gosh,
oh
look me
no,
down,
Kit.
muscle mommy.
Well, I think Kit is also like a full foot taller than me, so like Kit can
Oh
still
yeah,
see
Yeah.
over.
she's like way over top of you.
It's the point. It's the thought that counts.
It's the protective chihuahua for me.
Oh,
I'm
but-
into it.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
It's not
picture,
even small. It's just giant.
I
Gustavo.
Yeah,
picture,
no, I'm like 5'6".
Lova, like Lova's like giant, and she like steps in front of Brielle, and then you look and see that happen. You're like, I'm gonna do that too. And
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's
With
adorable.
drastically different effects because you cover Umbrella entirely.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Still over my
I love that.
Great. Amazing.
It's okay. You said we're all on the same team, right?
We are.
And she like shakes
Aren't
her
we-
head. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I insight check that nod?
Yeah.
I wasn't lying.
With teammates like you. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. We know it
11.
was an accident.
Yeah.
11?
We're joking.
It's fairly convincing. You still, I would say, same boat. So suspicious nature says don't let your guard down, but for the time being, it feels safe enough.
Kit's like, my new friend told me it was okay, and so it's fine.
With that being said as well, can you roll me just a perception check roll? Not
Yeah.
no special anythings.
7.
7. Okay. Good to know. Moving on.
Everything's fine. My friend said it was okay. Nothing weird.
Yeah, and your friend wouldn't have lied to you.
So, in this moment, you do see the automatons that were out towards the outer edge, kind of like taking care of the bits and pieces of statue that had fallen off and over onto the ground, kind of cleaning up some rubble. Nothing major because it didn't really fall with too big of a thud. But there is like, it looks like a chipped horn off of one of these bust statues that was pushed over.
Now,
Oh.
Go on.
I do recommend we leave.
To go back to the castle?
To leave the scene of this incident.
Look, I'll go wherever you go, Dahlia, but you listen, try to fix my throat. If you can't fix it, will you like ask if someone else can? Like, I don't know, your goddess, Her Majesty, right?
Yeah, we can definitely ask her.
Oh, we? We
and I
get to
can
come?
try. You know, I did feel bad when you were sitting there playing your lyre, and you should you can come along.
Not the pity bring.
Oh, well, now I kind of feel bad for guilting you, so if you don't want me to come along, that's fine. I won't take any offense to it. We'll cross
No,
that bridge when
I
we
want
get
you
there.
to come along.
Now,
Okay.
Kayla,
Yes.
laceration can cure conditions such as paralyzed and deafened. Do I get the impression that it might heal a muted kind of condition? This feels like a larger magic is needed.
It is feeling. I would have you roll Arcana, but I would say that from your time on the field and doing field like medic type
Yeah.
stuff, you would have the indication that this is like bigger than
That's
what
what
you
I
have
was
at your
thinking.
arsenal right now.
Yeah. Because I don't even have a greater restoration.
Right. It is also. It's going to be. Well, if I had you roll an Arcana check for me anyway, and I'll give you this piece of information if it's good enough. Because I'll tell you, because it's kind of cool. But
14.
okay, yeah, no, as long as it's better than a 10. I would
Oh,
say
then.
knowing that like to take a magical instrument or a magical item and put it back into flesh somewhere would be increasingly difficult because now you're rendering something from something else. It's not just like a simple repair of like, oh, this organ got detached or something like that. This person's arm got lopped off. It's like it was preserved and turned into something else. So it might be a hard fix.
Is it like beef jerky texture now? Because it's like
Uh,
right.
I don't know if you've actually ever seen stupid lore dump. They used to make instruments with human parts, or not human parts, animal
Oh,
parts,
yep.
like
Shoot,
touch
they used to make
strings and
books out
stuff
of
like
human
that.
leather.
So it's going to be the same type of material as like almost like a fleshy colored like violin string basically type of material. It's really really tautly put to the lyre, and you can see there is almost this like striated meat kind of texture to it as it is like woven through the pegs. The pegs themselves are a different material. They seem to be made of some sort of metal.
So you're gonna say
Okay.
teeth.
Mm-mm. No, it's cooler. It's metal.
So I think Mari would just start walking away, probably towards the castle grounds, away from this garden area.
Okay.
Not in a
Is
way that's
there
excluding anyone, but just like as a like, let's go, or I'm
I-
going, or
in your mind, because you still have what I would say is the loosest outline of the palace that you had known.
I was gonna say I feel like something here is mine. Like there's somewhere I go to at the end of the day, or there's
Yeah,
somewhere I have to check on.
if it was something that you're remembering from a past self point, where would she more than likely go to? Is she like a sit in the armory type of girl? Is she up in like the toppest towers looking down on everything from the like, the crow's nest essentially?
Well, I would think she's like kind of in probably the ranges. There's some sort of archery range somewhere.
Okay.
But if it's too dark for that to kind of make any sense, um, probably her room.
Okay.
I don't know if she knows it's her room in her head. It's more like, oh, blindly my feet are leading me down this path, and
Okay.
truthfully I'm very curious to see who's in there right now.
Hell yeah. So everyone sees Marisol start to kind of meander back through the walkways, but to a different door than the one you had exited from, kind of being led by intuition. Your footfalls are masked by the loud sounds of crickets that now kind of fill this space. It seems as if this garden really keeps time with material plane daytime, nighttime schedule. But you can see, even since the small time that you guys have been in the garden, everything here seems to be shifting at all points. So slowly, plants that were oriented this way will start to slowly eke and move and go this way. Statues that were once this way will begin to turn to look at you. So it is very illusory and strange as you are sitting in this space. And as you leave, it feels almost like all of the things that were in the garden are creeping and walking and watching towards you as you exit. You enter into another long hallway. This one, not so topsy turvy and illusory, almost like a side wing that exits out here into this garden space. As your feet continue to fall down the marble stone that kind of lines the inside of this pathway, you see there's a series of doors on either side, and your mind kind of flickers through the filing cabinet of memories that you have of faces that don't have names anymore and names that don't track with the faces that you're seeing. So no one of importance is sitting here in these like little areas that you
It's like
see.
two spinning roulettes that just don't ever match up.
Precisely. And so you're looking through these almost like stained glass style doors, big Gothic architecture. And as you look through, you can see the shadows of people behind them, but your memory keeps filling in the way that way that it should be. But it's all different. And eventually you come to this big brass knocker that exists on one of these oak doors. The paneling and glass shows some type of black silhouetted bird and a series of trees. The glass itself is wrought iron and purple, and you twist the knocker and just begin to enter the room.
Is anybody with me? Is everybody with me?
Kit
Uh,
definitely would have followed.
I am currently only following Dahlia. So if Dahlia would have gone to you, or like decided to go find Aerith.
I would follow, like, if Kit and Mari left, because they're the only way we know how to get through the castle, so I'm gonna follow them.
Would Kit know what's there?
Roll me a intelligence check with disadvantage, because I would say you didn't get to explore much of the inside. It was very much a stay up here and watch this perimeter. This is what you get to do.
7.
7. You wouldn't have any real founding of what's down here. You do know that this is not where any of their bedrooms are.
Okay.
All of their bedrooms are upstairs.
They said make yourself at home. I'm not giving anybody any trouble.
You turn the knob and enter into a gigantic library space. Floor to ceiling, Beauty and the Beast style, wrapping around in this entire like wall to wall lined with books. There are 3 huge armchairs in here, the type that that are so high backed that if you sit in it, well, depends on which one of you big motherfuckers sits in it, I guess. But high enough that it would fit most of the members of your party is what I will say. Very regal and grand. It looks like some of the books in here are kept behind glass and are locked up. Other books in here are out in the open and look like they are common use. You can see that there is dozens and dozens of selections to pick from. The inside rug here is this is kind of gruesome. The inside rug here is a like skinned tabaxi person that lines the floor, almost like having a human rug.
Is that
Oh.
familiar to me? Am I grossed out by that? Am I just
I mean, you can. Are you grossed out by it? It is
was it a
definitely.
thing? Like, does it feel familiar? Like,
No, it's not anybody that you would have known.
no, no, no. Oh gosh, no.
Is it the bad taxidermy where, like, the mouth is open? It's like,
Yeah, 100% is like a creepy taxidermy.
No, it's not the
Yeah.
mouth too.
Go
Yeah.
over and open
Oh
his
yeah.
mouth.
Oh yeah. It's already open. It's stuck at a constant.
On me, mommy.
All right, I'll assume I'll assume it doesn't bother me. I'll just like walk right over it.
Okay. It is very much like a smaller cat skin rug. Soft to the touch.
All right.
Lore drop. Aerith
Okay.
hates it.
I'll let you speak for that. Yeah, that's fine. She hates it.
Here's an interesting tidbit.
He loves it. He's like, I will
Technology
not
here.
give this up.
Is there any technology here that's just like way out of my understanding?
That's a beautiful question.
Because like if
Roll
I
me
walked
a
into
perception
a
check.
modern
Yeah, her
day
name is
library-
Kit.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm still not quite sure. I assume your magic is actually what it is. Like I don't assume any machinery whatsoever. I'm just like I've seen the wizards of my time do magnificent things. 11.
11. I would say you see contraptions that you don't know what they are that hang from the ceiling, but nothing that is like out in the open, like a cool mechanism or anything like that. This seems to be very much just a big old library.
Fair enough. Mari probably stares at the contraption for a second, doesn't know what it does. I imagine I feel so familiar, but I guess I don't know how much I know about whether or not this is like my castle.
Mhm.
If I know it's my castle, I don't know what my memories are telling me. I think it's more just urges and whispers at this point.
It
So,
feels vague, I would say, for you.
yeah.
Currently, it feels like you have the idea of what it should be, and anytime that you try and fill in the blank, it feels like, is this the way it was? Is this the way it's supposed to be? I remember it a little different, but that doesn't mean it's really different. It's only slightly different. So you're gaslighting yourself on most of the memories that you have.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just continuing to search the library for anything familiar. Still kind of thinking about heading to bed.
Okay.
My bed.
Yeah. You flip through like absent-mindedly the open book that is sitting there on the edge of the armchair, and see a bunch of different drawings, blueprint style cogs, and things of that nature, but nothing that is showing specific wording or direction. It's all just labeled like A1. It's very IKEA furniture. A lot of this goes into this and this goes into this, but nothing as a full explanation of anything. Um, as you inspect the pages, you can see that there's all sorts of gears that are fitting into other gears that seem to be making some sort of long arm like structure or armature, that is like in the middle of the book. It's a double spread.
Confused.
There are also active fireplaces, not just one. There's two of them. One is on the bottom floor, and then it looks like at the very toppest part of the library, there's a secondary fireplace that you can see through. Like it looks like almost like a see-through illusory floor. So there is some sort of way to get up to this second floor. You can see there is an additional set of armchairs up there that are kind of more spread out. These ones are different in design and style, almost like his and hers decoration floors. So
Um, so yeah, I'm probably glancing around at everything and just this is different than when I was here last.
If I can see that the floor is like the second floor is illusory, can I see if that fireplace on the second floor is also an illusion?
yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
Uh, tw- 26. Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
You can see where the spells are touching one another. This looks as if he's essentially made like a see-through glass floor of spell. It's just like a block, like a floating block, so he could see through to whoever's on the bottom floor, so they could have conversations and shit like that, even though he's on a different level.
Oh, okay. Okay. But what about the fireplace?
The fireplace is matched exactly where the fireplace is on the bottom floor, so you can see it very potentially just as a flume that leads straight up.
How tall is the floor?
That like this whole area, like basically from you to ceiling, you're looking at maybe an easy 15, 20 feet. It's huge, like cathedral ceilings, and then there's an additional floor above it.
But I can see through it.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's the Minecraft glass floor, so you can see straight
And you
through.
said there's like his and hers stuff and
Mm-hmm.
other books and stuff. Does that
It's
feel
very
familiar to me?
decorated
Like
differently.
the decoration's wrong, but does that seem familiar?
Uh, it feels. You definitely remember having a split level room.
Hmm.
So that way you could have your basic room on the bottom floor for in case anything happened. And then on the secondary floor is where actually you kept most of your armaments and important things hidden away. However, you see that it's familiar and again, familiar but different. it's here, but it's wrong. You had huge ceilings, but you also had an actual floor that separated these two parts. It was a secret room for you.
So I'd like to step up on one of the wood chairs,
Mhm.
Vanish into shadow, and
Okay.
magically teleport up to 30 feet in an unoccupied space I can see,
Okay.
which would be on that floor.
Okay.
So I'd like it to just look like I walked and
Jumped up real quick.
just walk up. Like
Yep.
it's like a step up on the chair, and what would look like a step up onto the back of the chair
Mhm.
is just a step up onto the next level.
Okay. You guys see the bottom of Mari's boots. Find purchase on the second floor. Up here, it is maybe 15 degrees cooler. The styling is beautiful. It is much more ornate. There's a lot more filigree kind of ornamental pieces. This is much more Renaissance and a lot less technical. They both share an almost church-like kind of decorum, this like fancy stained glass, dark woods, big window kind of decor. But it does feel vastly different by the types of chairs and the tables and the different furnishing and polishings. His has mostly maps and like a significant amount of leather bound books in his. In hers, it seems to be a lot more. There's all kinds of journals in here. There's you see there's a music stand that's kind of pushed off to the side that has a whole bunch of sheet music on it. You see that there is not visible from where you guys were standing prior, but kind of off to a more stone slatted side, the not see through part of the floor. You see that there is a baby grand piano in here. So it is temperature wise very different and very kind of
What's
I
a
would say
piano?
it's stagnant in here though. The air is kind of cold, and like someone hasn't been in here in a while.
I'm going to the map. I want to memorize this. I want to see what's different about what I know, what's different about what I've lived the past who knows how many years.
Okay.
I want to memorize this.
Okay. Roll me a survival check.
If you feel so compelled to steal the map, I too would love to look at it.
That is a 21.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to roll a d20. Do I feel compelled to steal this map?
I don't know. Do you?
And the dice gods say, hell yeah, I do. Okay.
Yes.
You gonna take it?
I'll probably roll it up
Okay.
after I memorize it. I'm
So
definitely looking at it first.
you look at it first. You see here, it looks like a series of, with that high of a roll, it looks like a series of discs stacked on top of one another. You can see the centermost portion of it is some sort of almost double helix spiral coil that centers down into the middle of it. This is the main threshold, it looks like, for the entirety of this diagram. There are hundreds of tiny, perfectly drawn little lines that scope in between all of these disc-like patterns. There are, on the outside of all of these disc-like patterns, going cylindrically around it in opposite directions, like an atom, another set of rings that continue to the outside piece of this. And you see a little tiny dot on the map with a very comically written, "You are here."
Comical. Helpful. Okay.
He's such a dick. He drew like the most perfect diagram in the world, but also.
Yeah, so I'll spend a while learning this. So if we want to cut back to everyone downstairs, figure out what you guys are doing, I'm good with that.
I think Lova is definitely in the center looking up, and
Up
whoever
my skirt? Oh.
no
I
looking
mean,
up at the glass ceiling,
Yes.
and literally whoever she doesn't even whoever's next to her, she's just kind of like looking up and she's like, it's a little bit Pretentious, yeah. And then like pauses for a sec and looks over to whoever is, and it's like, could have just made it glass. It doesn't have to be magic. It's just make a glass floor. And then just kind of like walks away.
Super pretentious. A dick.
Yeah.
Love it. I thought you meant me shadow stepping, and I was like, I mean, I guess I could
Also kind of pretentious, but in the best way.
There are stairs somewhere.
There are
It's
stairs.
like, I'm going up there.
I did. I climbed up the chair, and then that was my second step.
Kit, you would know all of the fireplaces here put off heat and usually hide stairs. I will just be very blatant about that. You've watched people just run into the fireplace, and it's been like, oh, so you kind of just assume that's how they work? You wouldn't know any different.
I mean, Santa Claus does.
I think she just assumes everyone knows that. And, like, obviously you know how a fireplace works. Come on.
Obviously. Duh.
But she also doesn't really want to go anywhere, so
Mhm.
she's just not gonna do anything about it right now.
Totally fair. Fine. Umbriel, as you are standing in this library space, you have a moment where you flash to a time and place where you were standing hand in hand with some family, looking into this huge mirrored glass. There's water over top of it, and as you look in, you can see yourself in the reflection and with all of the ripples in front of you. And you see the bottom of Marisol's shoes on the glass ceiling as you are looking into the glass behind you, walking on the top. And your memory becomes your own again.
Like, just all of it?
Just the blurriest outlines of what had happened. The veil is fairly lifted, and you don't remember everything perfectly, but you remember.
Shit. Hell yeah.
You saw this moment in particular in a vision a long time ago, and you remember your family member saying, "We all need to know how we die eventually, and that it will happen, so you shouldn't be afraid to look, but don't sweat it." In the time, you didn't know what that was, and now seeing it a secondary time, you remember this particular moment, walking through a library with these people. Though at the time, all amorphous,
Yeah.
all different. Now they have faces, and you know where you are.
Okay, so like deja vu kind of deal. All right. Nice. Did not know I had that kind of powers.
Oh yeah, see your shit.
It's my feet.
Whose
Your
feet?
Well, they all looked up
Yeah.
at my feet. I was
It's
like,
Yeah,
it's
there's
my
just
feet.
like feet.
Face the feet.
The feet are the key.
But stuff that's always been there.
We figured out how to finish the campaign already.
Stuff that's always been there. Show me your dogs on film. We're gonna end the campaign right here.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Gustavo.
puppy.
Show me your
I'm gonna
dogs.
I'm gonna speak to Manya in your head through the telepathy. Do you think we should go and find the goddess? She looked really mad when she left the dining room. Should we wait till tomorrow?
I'm not really someone who likes to wait, if I'm being honest. So if you want to talk to her now, I'm game. I'm here for it. I will be the person in your ear saying yes, do it. If you want to wait, I'll tell you that I think it's kind of lame, but I'll listen to you. So whatever you want to do, I guess.
I just don't want her to be mad at me.
Yeah, but like, don't you want to know why she's mad?
No?
Are you sure? I like offered like maybe 20 minutes ago to steal something and you were all for it and you don't want to eavesdrop?
You know, normal rules, do not apply when you're dealing with. I don't know what to do, okay? She's a goddess. It's the
Okay. Think of it this way. You call her a goddess, but she said that she was her majesty. So she's like important, but maybe not super important. We could just go see her. It's fine.
Okay, she did say that I could talk to her after dinner. She never said that I couldn't anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
and she like really liked you, I think. She was really looking at you like so adoringly. Just really feel like if you were to go there, maybe she wouldn't even be mad anymore. Like you would just like really lift her up. I'll roll a performance check if I have to.
And I was like, should I insight check?
I will say if you are really trying to convince her, roll me a charisma check.
Oh, I am convincing.
I see you, Manya, with that whole disrespecting the royalty here. I'm with you.
I wasn't like trying to disrespect. I was trying to be like, she's great.
She's only your majesty. It's not like she's important.
You guys are the same.
22.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Listen, this could have been totally different if he approached me differently. He set the stage. He chose.
He's kind of an asshole.
Exactly.
Should I roll anything to see if I'm convinced? Like, what do I?
You can choose to roll against it if you would like to.
I don't have anyone to trust here, so I'll trust her as much
You're gonna
as I
trust
can.
her? Okay.
I'm like, fine, all right.
We're
Okay.
besties.
She makes a pretty convincing. Yeah, she makes a pretty convincing argument.
You can like just ask Kit where she normally is. I'm sure Kit would know.
Hey, Kit,
Yeah.
I'm so good.
do you know where I could find Her Royal Highness?
Okay. So when you say Her Royal Highness, does Kit think that you mean Verena?
Oh no.
She totally does. She totally does. She does. That's the wrong title, baby.
I would say 100% if that is the title that Verena holds typically, that's who Kit would be thinking they meant.
Oh God. Do I know where Verena would be?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because your one task that you have had your entire existence, your whole purpose that Azeroth has given you this entire time has been to make sure that nobody harms Verena, to make sure above all else that nobody is coming into her window, coming to come and hurt the family, sneaking in any way. This has been your sole mission. So, oh yeah, you know exactly where Verena sleeps. You know where her window is. You know how to get to her front door. You know how to, in an emergency situation, essentially robot jump from his window to her window to fucking storm the gate if you have to. So.
Metal mommy.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
We're so fucked.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
I mean, I know where to find her, but she might not like it.
No, she said we could. See, I don't know now. She said she's not gonna like it.
Listen,
Wait.
Dahlia, don't even listen to her. Kit thinks that literally no one's gonna like anything. You heard her in the garden, right? She was like, I don't know if you want to do that. Of course I want to do that. I think she's like 5, dude. Are you gonna listen to a 5-year-old or are you gonna listen to me? I mean, come on.
Okay. Yeah, Kit. Wait. I forgot what Kit said. Can you repeat that?
She said she's gonna be mad, but she knows where to find her.
No, she won't be that mad. Maybe. Can you take me to her?
Okay.
Fuck.
Did you want to give her? I mean, I think that maybe if we go, if you want to keep that thing, you should probably hide it.
Good idea. Good idea, actually. Design-wise, looking at...
Say anything when she was just in the garden, so maybe she doesn't care. But I think she really likes it, so she might not be happy.
So the way that my skirt is, I have that like purple like belt cloth that kind of like hangs down. So I'm going to put the lyre kind of where I would normally put the lyre, but I'm going to move the like purple belt or like cloth in a way where it like covers the lyre. So it's like
Understood.
slightly
Sorry,
covering
off
myself
side.
more. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, awesome. So you oh fuck. Roll me a dexterity check for that. Just to see how well I think it's hidden.
Okay.
Guidance.
Would you say?
Guidance.
Oh,
You're
guidance.
trying to hide
Nice.
it. I'll give her guidance.
Okay. What do I roll for guidance? It's just a D4?
1d4.
This is a 6. Hold on. I always do that.
Triangle.
Yes. Okay.
You're so cute.
Yeah, D4.
20.
Fuck yeah. Okay, you tuck it in and it looks very organic. The shape of the lyre kind of following the exact drapery of the skirt tucks right into the fold, and luckily your skirt is loose enough that you're able to hide it right on your hip.
And if there was any gold peeking out, I mean, I have gold chains, so they just like mix in.
Perfect.
I'm
I
ready.
would say
Let's go.
the easiest way that you know how to get up to Verina's room would be to use the fireplace staircase straight up, walk out that door there, continue along the long hallway. She is in her own private wing, kind of like the kid that gets the attic. So she has her own private hallway. There are multiple doors in that hallway. Like she's got her own big gigantic bathroom with like clawfoot tub and all kinds of shit. And then she's also got her own private library. She has her bedroom, and then she has her training room, which is immediately next to her bedroom across the hall. So you would know exactly where to go to essentially get there in an expedited time.
So I think like right before they leave, she would be like, "So why did you want to see her again?"
Oh, I have some questions for her.
You do? Or are you translating?
No, I mean, well, both of us.
All right. Well, I would have thought her chosen might have questions for her.
So good. Meanwhile, I'm like fiddling with my like compass necklace, like just waiting, ready to go.
I just
Please
be
tell me.
kind of grumpy when you interrupt her, and I'm a little. I'll bring you there, but I don't want her to be mad at me. She's scary.
We'll just tell her to tell us where it is, and we'll go ourselves.
You don't have to lead us there. Can you just direct us?
Oh, that's worse.
Why is that worse?
She's so cute.
All right. Well, okay. Let's. If you really want to see her, let's go. And yeah, I think.
Fuck. Okay. D&D, baby. Woo! I was like, hey, you guys, there's one person who could probably like kill you, and you guys are like, yeah, let's go up to her bedroom.
Let's go say hi.
I'm
I still
trying.
think she's talking about
Leap
Eris.
over.
I
Let's
did
go.
just say her name.
Yeah, amazing.
Did you say her
Yes.
name?
It's
Okay, wait.
it's
You
even
would've questioned
funnier.
Okay, if you missed it.
It's even funnier if you
I
missed it. If you missed it in game, then I just think that should fucking fly because that's even funnier. Because she's like, okay, she's a fucking monster, but I guess, and you guys are like, yeah, it's great, it's fine. Fucking work out with
it's
it.
okay, Emily, because I missed it too. So you and I are both just so oblivious right now.
I fucking
9
love it.
intelligence, rocking hard.
Allie, I think you're
You
muted.
watch. Muted. You watch as Kit walks directly without saying anything into the fire and stands in the fire, and you can see them waiting for you to lead you upstairs.
Lova screams.
Have I seen
Lova
people?
is like, ah!
Do I hear this?
Yeah, that's the weirdest part of all of this. It is like there's nothing there. It's like you are walking on air above their head, but there's nothing there. You can hear, you can even smell. The only difference is the temperature, really. You can really feel there's a temperature difference between the two.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll that map up real quick and like look over, see what's happening.
Have I seen people walk through fireplaces before?
No, I would say this is new for you.
Okay.
I would say it is not new for Dahlia.
Yeah, so I'll like wave my hand through it just to check, and then I'll go in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm following suit. I believe everything Dahlia does. She won't kill me, probably.
It's the weirdest sensation as you wave your hand through because you can feel the warmth coming off of the fire. It's hot. It's almost hot enough to feel like it's gonna burn, but you take no physical damage as you push your way through. You can see now, Mari, watching them as they kind of go through the fireplace. You can hear them footfalling up a set of stairs that lead straight up the flume, as they begin to one by one pop out of the fireplace on your level. Are you muted? No.
You hear me?
Yes, now you.
Yeah.
That was weird. Mari's just kind of looking and what?
You didn't know the
Face-
shortcut?
The fireplace?
She just shrugs.
Umbriel, you think back on that memory of seeing Marisol's feet on the floor, seeing all of these people's feet on the floor, and there it is. You making eye contact with yourself at the moment of recognizing you're truly dead. Staring, and this is the moment that you have had encoded in your brain for the longest time. You see a woman step off from behind you in this memory. She's clad in purple robes, pale skin, kind of light brown hair, a little bit of bang to the front of it, and she says over her shoulder to you, essentially, we all see it eventually. I've seen mine. We all see it. But you have to know that those moments are not the defining moments. They're just what could be. You have the chance and you have the opportunity to change what could be. And then you flash back into this moment.
Who's this mysterious woman? And you said like this woman like appeared like behind my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Almost like a coming in from behind you as you're looking in on your pensive,
Okay.
seeing your reflection of self and staring at this vague distance death.
Oh shit. Hey. Okay. So it's not like if I went and looked over my shoulder I'd see her, right? Like this is separate.
Instinctually, you look over your shoulder now in this
Okay.
time frame, and there's no one there, but you can just feel that presence. This moment that has been a blip on your radar from the past, a chance that you got to see yourself into the future.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Tuck it aside, talk to
Yeah.
somebody, you're good.
Yeah, no, like that's gonna be a therapist moment. For sure.
I would say everybody sees Umbriel look. Can you hide it, or are you trying to hide it, or do you feel fucking ghosted out?
No, like she's completely weirded out and like snapping behind herself.
You would see Umbriel kind of stumble forward and look over their shoulder, panicked, as if something like a bird or something had flown over top. It's like this very quick movement, a dodge.
I bet she remembers her death now.
Lova stops screaming and says, "What is going on? What's happening?"
I don't know.
Like, this
I
is
just saw
all
some-
fucking weird. What did you see? I saw somebody go through fire. Just normal. It was totally fine. And now you're you're upset. What is happening?
I don't know either. Like, I don't know. Like, I just saw this like beautiful woman just standing there, like in my reflection, but she's not fucking there.
Oh, these
This
guys
place
are
is
meant for each other.
Fucking weird. This place is
Yeah.
wild. Like,
It
God, are we meeting a goddess queen through fire? And did you see a goddess queen in your reflection?
I guess that's what she was. I don't know.
Not everyone's invited, I
No.
yelled out.
Well, I'm just gonna knight myself. Fuck you.
Well, then fine. And I go over to the chair. I guess I'll stay here.
Roll me an investigation check as you kind of peruse in an area of books that sit on these. Or you're not going upstairs, right? You're perusing the bottom floor?
Who?
You said you're
Oh.
going to an armchair, right? I'm going to give you
Yeah, I'm going
the
to that
potentiality.
Yeah. Okay.
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 There's a series of books that are like stacked on the table there. And if you go and you look at on the side, just roll me an investigation check.
Yes. Roll it. Come on. Oh, that's what I need to roll. It is. It's a 10.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
That's a great question. I speak Common and Giant.
Okay. One of them is in Giant.
Ooh. I pick it up.
you-
I'm like 50 Shades of Grey. Hmm.
It would say big tails of little people.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I picked that up and is it a normal sized book written in Giant or is it a giant
It is
book?
a giant book. It is the biggest book that was the bottom base of all of the books. It takes up about half the size of the table. It's like if you had a huge living room, or like coffee table book that has museum size pictures in it, but it's actually all just text.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am going to. I recognize the spine, and I'm like, I love this book, and I pick it up, and all the other ones go crashing down, and I sit, and I'm gonna open the book.
Amazing.
I would say you do see a series of stories that outline heroic tales of different ages of people back millennia. You can see timeline wise, it is this very thin line. About every millimeter, there's another notch. And it details about 10 or so people in that little notch frame. The book is thick. It is fucking huge. But it's basically like a synopsis of history.
Oh, cool.
But
Which
from the eyes of a giant.
brilliant. I'm gonna be like, which version is this? And I'm gonna look for my name to see if maybe they updated it. Fingers crossed, and I could be in there.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah. Roll me a history check with advantage.
Oh, she should have taken intelligence. An 11.
An 11. You look up your family's surname, and unfortunately, there's no text in there that speaks of anybody that you know about, but you do have like a general lineage of from where you guys were from, and you can follow it to a particular tribe
Okay.
of Goliaths that used to hang outside of Brachio City,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to explore the Great Plains over that way with the 10.
Okay. I'll rip that page out.
Okay,
No one's
hell
gonna
yeah.
miss it.
Sick. You take one giant small page from a big book.
Giant small page. I fold it into like 30 seconds and I put that bad boy into my pocket, and I'm going to say, okay, I did a little thinking over there on the chair, and I decided that I want to be invited. So I want to go into the fire. Somebody tell me how. What do I do? Do I just walk into it?
I wish I could speak.
Yeah. Umbriel's gonna just take her hand and like walk her through the fire.
What?
Like
That's so cute. You watch as Umbriel reaches out for your hand and you take it, and you are
Yeah.
led as they walk directly into the flames. You watch them consume her.
Yeah, I completely scream the entire time, even though it doesn't hurt.
You know, for someone who looks as strong as she does, she's kind of a pansy, isn't she?
Just give you that look. I'm like, I don't know.
I was like really hoping, I was kind of excited. Big woman, love it.
I think you need to calm down. If you're gonna go and see Verena, she's not gonna like it if you're yelling.
This time I heard Verena. Okay. I'm like, no. Wait, who? We didn't hear their names though. I wouldn't know
We
who she's
didn't-
talking about.
We didn't hear their
Okay, wait.
names.
Kayla, you're making this hard on me.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. You know I know what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Perfect right now. Kit is
So-
so perfect.
I love Kit.
Really, really quick. I think my category is up like super close. So I'm
Oh.
gonna just I'm gonna just mute myself, and then
Totally
I'm gonna
fair.
okay.
All right.
I'm still here though.
I love you.
I'll message you updates.
So, we have a moment where everybody is currently on the upstairs floor. Can I have everybody roll me a perception check if you could?
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
nice. 13.
18.
10.
I love you, Kit.
Everybody sees as a little red light begins to blink on Kit.
Gosh,
Everybody
do I
except me.
God, she's doing it again.
Kit,
that normal?
you're,
Do I see it?
If you look and inspect, it's like catching a freckle on the back of your elbow kind of circumstance. Like you can see it if you look down. But I would say that the way that your porcelain plating is makes it a little bit difficult for you to see exactly where it's coming from. On movement, you can kind of see a little red glow from underneath where they're gesturing to.
Do I know what it is?
You would have not been explicitly told. So I would say you can roll an intelligence check if you would like.
I would love to. Let's go. Great. Oh, wait, it's not 20. So maybe it is gonna go great.
Okay.
good that you rolled that, because Maddie has no idea what it is. She's like, are you burning? Is it...
I'm gonna tell you right now, the other option was Kit freaking out about what was going on with her. So
You know that this is been used on other automatons, it typically is placed behind their ear of their white rabbit kind of getty up that they wear. So you can find it on them, but you never thought to look on you. And it becomes blatantly clear that you have been equipped with the same type of surveillance equipment that they use to survey the castle.
Oh, okay, so I think that's gonna be very upsetting to Kit anyway.
Mhm.
Um,
So I would like you to take one of those marks, and if
that
that's
sure
your
is
last
the
mark,
last one.
let's roll, baby.
So you would all see Kit take a look at this thing, and maybe see a moment of realization, if you're looking for it, and then she would shut down similarly to how you had previously seen.
Well, roll me a D100, please.
Oh boy. Sorry, taking a second.
No, you take your time.
64.
64. You feel the spirit of barbarian take over you as you fly into a rage. You immediately begin to see red. That blinking underneath your plate begins to flare up into the entirety of your system. That once blue glow begins to undulate this dark purple to a deep red, this almost maroon-like underlighting coming out from underneath of Kit. You can see that the physicality almost bulks up. The shoulders widen. They begin to breathe incredibly deeply. They're starting to like flex and try and calm themselves down, but you can see that she starts to lose control of herself. Her neck kind of beginning to twitch off to the side a little bit
Are you all
as
right?
she malfunctions.
Focus on me. Focus on the sound of my voice. It's all right. Take deep breaths.
I would like to ready an action.
What are you ready?
An attack.
Okay.
It's been too long since you hurt someone in the party. Is that what it is? Is that what it is, Wanya?
I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to
take
protect
some
this.
steps back. I'm gonna try to get away from this.
Okay.
So, in exactly the wrong move, not realizing this is an automaton, Mari's gonna do that thing where you like grab somebody's hand, put it on your heart, and you put your hand on their heart, and you're just like, focus on the heartbeats, take a deep breath. You're with me, like 1, 2, that kind of thing. That Mari would know how to do better than I do.
Strange thing happens when you put your hand on Kit's chest. You feel a heartbeat. You feel the pulsing back.
I
Maybe
expect-
potentially a mechanism, but it is definitely there, beating of its own accord.
Listen, I am assuming Kit is a different race. I don't think of her or any of these people as automatons. I would have to understand the concept of a machine, and I don't think I do.
That's fair.
So this is just a different creature, a different humanoid with a different type of heartbeat. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, no, I'm trying a very human-ish type of way to calm Kit down.
Kit, how would you feel if you were in a elevated state in a rage and people started to touch you, even if it was in a calming and loving way?
I think that she would wrench away.
Okay, I need you to roll a strength saving throw, Mari.
I am decent at these. And 15.
15. And you see, as you plant your feet, Kit, would you roll me a strength check with advantage, please?
Yep.
Amazing.
Oh, I rolled really bad. 2. Or, sorry, no, with advantage 12. Still not great, but
Not great. So you
Jeez.
smack into Mari, and she has her feet planted almost instinctually. I would say you see it coming, and you brace yourself to take the blow almost in a deflective way instead of getting flung. You watch as your arm careens off of Mari and into the like little side table that was next to the armchair and smash it to bits. Splinters of wood scatter out from underneath the books. It is a wild
I
event.
think that Kit would yell, "Get away from me! Everyone stop touching me!"
Marty would.
Guys, I
Mm.
won.
You won?
Yay!
Congrats!
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys! I just want everyone to know that we are currently playing with a Crit Award winner of the Best GM in the Dark World. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, hell
Ooh,
yeah.
darkness.
That
Darkness.
sounds like a DM's inspiration.
Oh my god,
of
hold on. I
breakfast
gotta go.
before.
I gotta go hug my kid. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hug your
That's
kid. You're so
so-
cute.
That is like the most pure shit ever. I love that.
So good. I'd also like to prepare. I guess I'm not formally preparing it. But I have wind wall.
Okay.
I would like to see if Kit attacks again. I will be casting, Everett's black tentacles on her to hold her.
Okay.
I didn't attack anyone. I just
You
threw her off of me.
Yeah, I know, but so I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if there's an actual attack. If there isn't, I won't do anything, but it is prepared to do so.
Kit, I would say in this moment, you feel an extra sense of betrayal, this rage kind of filling your eyes and your senses, especially because he picked you as a champion, especially because he said he wasn't trying to hurt you or do anything against you, especially because he has done over and over again what he does to other people but tells you that you're special. And you just don't feel special right now. You feel like everybody else. Like he is just spying on you and using you like everybody else.
I think Kit would scream and probably, if she has enough wits about her, she would probably like lash out at the desk again if
Okay.
there's anything left of it.
Yeah. I would say you just I won't even roll a strength check with advantage again, please.
Okay.
I'm curious.
21.
Fantastic.
Hell
You slap into the desk. You guys see a good amount of restraint. There's this guttural scream of rage, and Kit looks around like they could hurt any of you. And instead, she turns and flips the desk as hard as she possibly can. It's picks up this like heavy ass old school wood desk, picks up and smashes into the door that's there and splinters the door into pieces. You now essentially have opened this space.
I didn't like how they redecorated the place anyway.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna get mad at us for talking. She just destroyed. Whatever.
I need all of you to, if you would like to, you have a moment to react. I would say, but you can hear every like footsteps starting to kind of cascade down the hallway.
I think she would start running.
Oh my god, even better.
Like back into the
Yeah.
garden. And just like keep like I don't know if she can physically restrain herself from like lashing out, so I think she would be just destroying things in her wake.
Okay.
But just trying to get as far from where she is and the people who are now seeing it, because I think that like the embarrassment of being seen by people in this state is like
Yeah.
adding to it, but it's just making it worse. So she
Mhm.
just keeps destroying more stuff and like running away.
Oh, rough. You guys watch as Kit starts to freak. All of this is being recorded as the light blinks, and you can see that there is this pulsating red glow that's underneath this other red glow, two separate colors, like the bright red exit light.
To
Kit is booking it back down the stairs that she came up, and is like full throttle running out of the fireplace. You
Um,
see she pushes over one of the armchairs and it just snaps in half.
I'm gonna hunter's mark Kit.
Hell yeah. Kit, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 12.
12. Your actions feel not your own. You continue to storm off and back into the garden, running through the little pathway. You immediately swing into the door that leads you back into the area where you had feasted. The meal is still there on the table. It doesn't look like anybody has tended to it. You push through this area and you can hear the sound of Azzy's voice coming from inside of your chest, being like, Kit, what are you doing?
That makes it worse, for
Yep.
sure. Now you want to talk to me. She would just scream that out loud. I don't know if anyone else can hear his voice or if that's just in her head, but
Mhm.
she would yell.
Oh my goodness. As you continue to run, you are met face to face with an automaton that looks like they are going to jump on you. I would say roll me a dexterity check.
Just to check.
Yep.
How
Okay.
far away is Kit?
I would say she's going full run, so unless you're running after, she's already
Yeah, but how many
out.
feet away is she? Can I still see her? Because I
I'm
still
back in the
have
feast room.
No, she booked it. So I
Okay.
would say unless you were if you were running after her, probably. But if not, she like ran as fast as she could out of that area.
It's a 21, by the way.
Okay. You dip dodge around one of the rabbit automatons that tries to like jump onto you. And you kind of pass right past it. You continue forward and your feet are just leading you the way that you know, up the steps, around the corner. I know that you would not go back to his room, but I imagine that Kit has one area that feels like a safe space.
Yeah.
She goes and storms to her room.
Yeah. I think she would be trying to, like, if she's, depending on whether or not she's calming down, if being in her own space helps her to feel a little bit more steady, she would probably be trying to make herself as small as possible and hiding under something. But if she's not calmed at this point, she's probably got things in there that are more safe for her to hit.
Mm-hmm. She immediately goes into trying to practice some of the techniques that are calming, but you have him in your ear being nagging. What are you doing? You really should stop. This is what we've talked about. You have to stop and breathe.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
So, for everybody who is left behind in the study, you just watched this crazy explosion of emotion. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna be in Dahlia's ear. Do you want to follow the crazy robot who could probably hurt us more than I could, or do you want to like go take our chances and go find your goddess or whatever?
Yeah, I would not follow that robot if I know what a robot is. And that person, I think we better take our chances.
Cool.
You said we heard footsteps. Were they coming towards the room?
They were running towards the room that you guys were in. So you can either follow her out or try and run opposite direction.
I'm going. I hate to say this because this sounds so terrible. I've hunter marked her, so I'm gonna follow her from a distance.
Okay.
Hopefully not a distance she can tell. I do get pretty stealthy when I want to be.
I will say with the rage, it would be at disadvantage regardless, and because of how high your stealth is passively, you would be mostly unseen. The only roll I would ask for is if you are following behind her. She did have an encounter with an automaton where she kind of dicked them out. Can you roll me a stealth check to make sure that they don't see you?
26.
Perfect. Same thing. She zigged, you zagged. You're good.
Fun. And then I don't know if you wanted me to roll anything to follow her. It looks like she's leaving quite a path.
Yeah, I would say that she was easy. She cleared an easy path storming. So, for those who are headed towards Her Highness's, are you running out into the hallway and just gonna like step aside these automatons?
Well, depending on where they are, if I can position it in a way where we can walk around, I still have my tentacles prepared.
Okay. Sick.
And that is difficult terrain, so I could potentially slow them at least.
I said that you guys did have a minute before they like showed up. You kind of just heard them tromping along, so you could potentially walk into the hallway and bang that out if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we get the sense, like, if we see the automatons, that they're coming for us, or are they just like coming here to take a look?
Hard to say. There's no emotion on their faces. They have this very carnival style, old school Easter Halloween mask. Creepy rabbit faces. They do not show any sort of expression. They just look like they're running towards the scene. Hard to gauge if it's at you guys or if they're just coming to look. But you definitely see them like full like sprinting down the hallway, little rabbits.
We could.
I'll probably pause, but I'll look to you and see what you want to do.
I say we walk, and then like we just play it casual. We just walk casually, like we belong here. If they get closer to us and not closer to the door, I'll do something. But let's just see what happens.
Okay.
You walk out of the threshold of the door then and stand in the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The rabbits. Wait, time out before I do anything else. Where are Umbriel and Lova? Are they still on the bottom floor? Top floor?
We took the
I
fire,
know we
didn't
went
we?
through the fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So
went
you're
through the
top
fire.
floor. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still in the study, like looking at everything? Like the chaos?
I don't know. Lova would have, as much as she likes Umbriel, she would have gone where if we're splitting the party, so to speak, she would have gone where like the weakest, where whoever needs like a sword. So whoever needs protection, she would have at least urged Umbriel to come with, but would have been like, I need to go this way.
Ooh, so which group do you think that is?
That is important.
Yeah, who's your
I think-
damsels?
Well, Umbriel, please.
Yeah.
But also, Kit, I think, is very peculiar to her. Not in a threatening way, but in a, I don't know what they're capable of at this moment. So if there's like collateral damage to be had by her literally imploding, then she would want to protect, like, go that direction.
Okay.
And let's
So-
be honest, like, the mermaid is serving see you next Tuesday, so I think she can handle herself. That's what Lova probably thinks.
Okay. So you begin to kind of split your decision making between the two. Umbriel, which way do you go? Do you follow Lova or are you going to follow the other two that are splitting?
So with my memory unlock, do I know that I can cast spells yet or no?
Yes.
Okay. So probably gonna follow Lova and like try to do damage control.
Okay. I would need both Lova and Umbriel to roll me a dexterity check for a robot that is going to tackle them.
Oh boy.
That's a 15.
15. Okay.
Mhm.
9.
9. Okay. Uh Lova, you feel heavy impact to your side as one of the rabbits tackle you. This rabbit automaton holding you that just says, "You're not supposed to destroy property." It's got you in this like kind of choke, almost like a chokehold. Umbriel, you see it kicks out behind itself and knocks you prone.
Oh no, I would like to rage, please.
Oh, go for it.
That thing comes at me, and I'm like, "What are you, a cop?" And then I see Umbriel go down, and I just go, "Fuck that!" And I like barrel roll.
Oh yeah.
It's up to 10 rounds. I gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and +3 melee damage with strength weapons. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking. I just pummel it with my sword, like.
Oh yeah, roll an attack.
Immediately. Fuck yeah. That's a 19.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
Sweet.
Oh, Erin.
What?
Award-winning GM. Please describe to me what your woman looks like in battle.
Oh. Okay. So, first I have to actually manage my swords. Add new weapon.
Add big
Add a
sexy
weapon.
sword.
I don't know why it's not working for me. Okay, I'm gonna just roll a d20. What is it? A d6 for broadsword?
I thought it was D8 for those.
Fuck yeah. Okay. D8 roller. I'm just gonna do that.
Do it. Do it.
That's a 4. I think I get advantage though.
Yeah.
Oh no, not on damage though.
On hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
+2 to damage.
because of her
What?
strength.
Rage gives you an additional +2 on damage, right? Is that what you were thinking of?
Yeah.
So
But
you get
you also get a proficiency on it, don't you? With that
So
type of weapon.
it's strength, it's proficiency, and an additional +2 is what rage gives you.
Dang.
So you should be adding like +7 or something to this.
That makes sense because I have a unarmed strike, which is +7. So 4 + 7 would be 11.
Hell yeah.
If your unarmed strike is +7, that's your proficiency plus your strength, so you would add 9 to it because you're raging. Bam.
Okay.
Math
That's
girly.
15.
13.
Yeah.
With 13 damage, that is going to do a significant amount of damage to it. So you can describe how you would slow it or incapacitate it in some way.
Yeah. I mean, what does this thing look like again? If it's like if
Yeah,
it looks
it's like a not scary face, like an old school carnival bunny mask, like 1940s, 1950s.
That's terrifying.
Like, yeah, okay, so yeah, that. On like a Five Nights at Freddy Bonnie's type of body.
No, kill it with fire. All right. I like roll on top of it, and I take my sword. I just like cutting cheese with a butter knife, where you just take it and you just push down on both hands. I just go and just use it as like a club and just come down on it, and she's big. She's a big lady with big shoulders, and she works out just as much as I don't. And as she comes down, she says, "You will not hurt my friend."
Yes.
And she goes like this.
You watch as the bottom half of this automaton is bisected. The top is still alive and is like, please stop destroying property. The bottom half.
Cop.
is bottom half is like literally legs dragged out behind it. You can see there's a series of wires, a lot of like little metal fixtures, springs that have been pulled out and kind of bent to the side.
Yeah. I kind of like am panting, and I look up at Umbriel and I say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
They're
If
okay
they hurt
now.
you again, I will fuck them up.
Will you fucking them up anyway?
I just like nervously laugh and I get up and I start like, okay, we gotta go.
Uh,
That was so smooth.
I need you as you have this moment of being rescued and you are staring at Lova. Would you please roll me an insight check with advantage? Reese.
19.
19. It's like it can't stop coming back for you in this moment. Now that the floodgates have opened, you are having lots and lots of moments where you feel like there's some sort of static that is kind of set off inside of you. And you have this moment of like sweet, lighthearted, flirty banter. And your heart gets incredibly heavy as you look at this woman and you see her valiantly protecting someone whose face that you've seen before, someone whose face you've maimed before. And you shake it off as you see her standing almost in that same position, frenzy eyed, staring like at you, just as she had done to that automaton. This nervous, wild, ready to attack rage that you had just witnessed that had made you feel so safe moments ago. You see it, and she's protecting someone that you hate. And you shake it off. You see your friend, not frenzy eyed, not mean, holding out a hand to you, helping you.
What? What did I do? Okay, well then, let's go.
Okay. She like gets timidly up and like kind of still shaking, but like following behind.
I like do like one more final glance over her to make sure that she's like okay, like one of those like checky for boo boos, and I shall continue towards the others.
Fantastic. In this moment, we're going to jump back to our ladies who are standing on the outside edge of the door, automatons running full speed at them. They dip around the corner and begin to assess the damages inside of the library. You guys are fine. There seems no threat to you as they immediately begin to go, oh, property damage is illegal. Start to repair the inside pieces here that are all broken. You see they begin to like cobble and puzzle the pieces back together. If you want to stay and watch, I will give you one check. But if not, if you guys are like fucking booking it, by all means.
I definitely think that she's like, we should probably go.
Yeah, and let's go in the opposite direction of wherever the hell everybody else went.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she was probably maybe going to lead us this way. So, like, let's, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Roll me an investigation check, I guess, to see if you guys can suss out the right way to go in this totally unfamiliar manner.
Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Great.
$17.
Manya, fiddling with your compass before. You feel it grow heavy in your hand once more, and the pull in the direction where you know you should head. This feeling is familiar, it is safe, it is reassuring. It's what holds you down when you have these moments of fear and compulsion, and you know you're being led in the right direction. You continue down one of the long hallways, and you see that there's almost this T shaped break off. You look down one, and you can see that there's a series of doors that kind of domino off one another in a zigzag pattern. You can see on the opposite end a much more open kind of hallway. The other one is cluttered with like tables and stuff in between. You can see that there's a lot of like, there's a suit of armor, there's all kinds of accoutrement in that area. The other hallway is big and open and clear. You look down at your compass and it just spins in a circle.
Helpful.
What's that you're holding?
Oh, it's a compass. Have you ever seen one before?
Okay, yes, but I mean, is you're following it? Do you know where to go? Is it magic?
Oh, we love a direct question in this house.
That's a really good question. Is it magic or is it just full of something I love so much?
I think that it is magic.
Mm,
Now, if you want to divulge that, that's entirely up to you. But just to be clear, I think it is magic.
okay. Okay. Well, Dahlia hasn't lied to me yet, I'm pretty sure. In fact, this she's got some blind trust in me. I don't really want to ruin that. So, I think that you'll see her hesitate for a second. She definitely blinks like a couple of times and then like looks at you and is like, "Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's magic." So like I kind of know where I'm going. Maybe.
What what did you tell it to do to direct you?
I mean, I basically just wanted to be directed to where we needed to go, you know, Her Highness or whatever she was called.
Are
Okay.
you guys talking in each other's heads currently, right?
Yeah.
So this next check will be at disadvantage. I would like you both please to roll me a perception check.
Okay. You said perception?
Perception at disadvantage.
Okay, that's a 16 at disadvantage.
Okay.
20.
Oh, hell
20.
yeah.
I think you both can hear it from where you are, even though you are having mid conversation. You can hear peaked voices from behind a door. One of you swears it was down the crowded hallway. The other swears it was down the empty hallway. Standing in the centermost part here, you guys are in disagreement to where this voice has rung from. Dahlia, you can hear screaming. Not screaming. Loud, factful talking. Pointed and maybe aggressive. It's kind of hard to tell. It was a mistake. And then you hear back very calmly, a mistake that you shouldn't have made, and you continue to make them. And then you hear again yelling, um, as if you've never made a mistake. Uh, and there is a pause in silence. But you can hear that the voices are cascading down the hallway, this long, empty hallway that leads off to the left hand side.
Well, Good news, I think we found her. Bad news, it is a bad time, like I told you it was gonna be.
Okay, but it sounds juicy.
Are you going to stay and listen?
Oh, I want to listen.
I'm not gonna leave her by herself, so I'm like,
Are you guys
fine.
going to approach closer? Are you going to stay where you are currently, or are you going to leave the premise? Just so I have a total beat on what's going on here.
I think that I would like to quietly, like, not necessarily get closer, but maybe step back a little bit so it's kind of closer, but not walking down the hall, just like getting closer to a wall.
Okay, so kind of just like slowly walking down the hall a little bit, but not like hanging close to the door per se.
Yeah.
Okay. You can hear he's like, listen, these people are going to do a task for us. So I really don't think that it's an arbitrary problem. Truly, it's an arbitrary problem. And she says, don't cut me off before I'm finished.
Oh my god, I love these arguments.
And he shuts up. And if you want to hear more, you will either have to get closer or roll me a perception check that is above a 16 right now.
Oh, I will roll a perception check right now, and I can guarantee you it'll be above 16. And you know what it is?
It is.
It's a 27.
22.
Yes.
22. Amazing. The both of you hear a very pointed, low mama bear growl. You want to fuck up with your contracts? That's on you. These are our kids. You cannot jeopardize their fucking futures. To which he says, I'm sorry. And then she coughs, kind of a hearty cough. And it takes her a second to kind of regain herself. And she begins to speak again. She says, Reshi, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And he's like, I still feel like it's not settled. I just feel like we should talk it out just a little bit more. It doesn't feel good right now. I feel like you're really upset with me still, and I just don't like when you're upset with me. And she's like, you just hear reassuring him, honey, I'm not upset with you. For you, I'm upset with what you've done, and you need to recognize that it's serious. You can't just make mistakes like that. And he's like, I only make them sometimes. And she's like, you make them enough.
Dahlia, I think it may be important that we remember the names Esmeralda and Reshi.
Yeah, I agree. Jeez, is that what a healthy relationship sounds like?
I don't know. Is it? They feel very middle of the road coded sometimes.
I would say that you see Manya go to like answer, and then she just like really quickly shuts up, shrugs, like I don't know.
They're doing their best.
we better get out of here before we get caught. It's not a good night to talk to her.
I think
Yeah.
that you would hear. Roll me another perception check as you try and ascertain the noise that happens next.
24.
Fuck. Okay. No keeping secrets, I suppose.
7 this time.
7. As you're saying we should get out of here, we don't want to get caught. Manya, you remember in this moment the sound of a collapsing body smacking into the hardwood of the floor. You hear the sound of someone collapsing, and then you hear, honey, and the sound of like a hurried scuffle.
Okay. I will grab Dahlia by the arm, and I think that we will hurriedly rush down. Like, you said you can do medicine? Let's go.
Oh shit.
Um.
Oh shit.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit. Uh, do you just barge in?
Yes, yeah. She doesn't care.
Open the door, barge in.
Yep.
Oh,
You see him. He is in a red robe that is floor length. It's silk lined on the inside, and it looks to be some sort of like fuzzy mesh on the outside. And she is in a almost twilight colored evening gown. This like off periwinkle, almost lavender color. Tiny little spaghetti straps. You see, she has bunny slippers on. And she is wearing a kind of loose fitting, big sleeved silk night robe as well. Her tie is missing. It is untied. He is tied like a dad robe all the way around the hips and everything. You see, he even has the little inside part tied as well. It's totally tied up. And he has her arm over his shoulders, and he is picking her up fireman carry style. And she looks not great. She looks a little worse for wear.
When we barge in, I just instantly push Dahlia forward and like point at her. As if that should be like enough of a communication. Like, she can do things.
Does Reshi acknowledge us?
Immediately, he pulls her into a kiss and makes it seem like it is a romantic embrace, trying to cover up what you had actually just heard. I will roll performance for it. Hold, please. Amazing.
Can I roll deception?
You can roll an insight to see if what he is,
Okay.
if he's like pulling a ruse, but you definitely heard what was going on prior.
Oh, okay. So would that be like insight at advantage?
Insight at disadvantage.
What are you you said I
Oh,
heard.
I would say insight flat then, because I'm not going to give you advantage on his circumstance. He's a bullshitter, the king of all bullshitters.
All right.
9.
9.
Okay. Mine insight
Uh-huh.
28.
You see right through it. But he does the most showful bow and kiss. He has her fully suspended in his arms, so her leg is curled up against his hip, and he has her in a full lean backwards and is supporting all of her weight on one foot. After kind of like essentially dropping her a little bit to make it look showy. To which he then spins around with all of his weight and places her very gently on the 4-poster bed that sits in this big space. Their room is beautiful. It is stunning. The inside 4-poster bed has these giant draperies that kind of catch light in all of the right places. It looks like there's stars trapped in the insides of the silks here. The room has full-size topiaries inside of the room. It's stunning. And he says, "How dare you barge in on a god and her man?"
I think that she very much like really doesn't want to give away that she can like speak to people, but is also just like whatever. So he will hear, I want to say in only one ear, like as if she's like whispering into like this ear, and she's just like, "You're so full of shit. We heard her fall. I don't necessarily care what happened. I'm just here offering help."
I think that in that moment he would smile and say, "Truly, I have no idea what you're talking about," and not let go of his part of the ruse. I think that Aerith would clear her voice and speak up and say, I don't know what you think you heard, but all is well here. You needn't worry.
Mm.
What is it that you're really here for? I mean,
I'm
you wouldn't have come all the way up here just to barge in on us, would you?
I would.
I'm really, really sorry, my goddess. We we didn't we didn't mean to barge in like this.
W-
You told me at
I
dinner that I
did.
could come talk to you, and I wanted to come talk to you.
And for that, I will give you benefit of the doubt because normally we kill people for stuff like this. Oh no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Um, what did
Damn,
you want
she's
to
kind of
discuss?
hot. That's all Dahlia hears.
I'm not a good analogy. I'm like, this is too important. Um, well, I mean, I've 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 been following you for years, and this is probably the only chance I'll get to know or ask you anything.
What is it that they have you calling me?
Lyra?
How interesting. And she shoots her eyes over at Reshi, and Reshi looks at the floor.
Can I insight Reshi?
Why not?
21.
The mention of the name makes him incredibly uncomfortable. It's visible. He doesn't really hide it well. He begins to very coded shift from foot to foot nervously like a boy who's about to get in trouble.
She doesn't want to ruin this for Dahlia, so she's going to let Dahlia keep going, but she has got her eyes on Reshi because once Dahlia is done, she wants to fuck with him.
Well, I guess my first question is, now that I'm here in the afterlife, did I do okay? Did I did I follow you well? Why did I end up here?
Well, to be fair, I'd rather be transparent with you than have you feel led astray. Most everyone ends up here first. So don't feel as if it's not a great feat, because it is. I've witnessed you, and I can tell that there's something important about you. However, looking back on everything, tell me, what do they have you doing in my name? What is my legacy?
Like your teachings or what
Oh,
my people
yes,
did?
I must know. What is it that man has perverted my image? Please tell me.
Perverted. Well, I was taught that um our rules are deceit and secrecy and, well, I mainly followed orders.
Whose?
Do I remember his name above there?
Uh, above table? Yeah, I would say you would know.
Your priest, Exius.
My priest. Wow. And go ahead and roll an insight check as she is staring daggers at Reshi and he is not making eye contact.
14.
14. It is difficult to ascertain what it is that she is saying with her eyes, but you know that she is having a conversation that is outside of you. Potentially either telepathically or maybe just shaming him from the sidelines. It's hard to tell. There's like some other outside chemistry and some unspoken word that's underlying here as you guys are having this conversation. It's very, oh, well, actually, every time that you say something, it just feels very like, huh, wow, huh.
I feel completely put on the back foot. I'm like, was was it wrong? Was it all wrong? Everything he taught
No,
me?
No, no, no. I don't want to alarm you. Again, I want to reassure you, so rest your soul, that I recognize that everything that you've done has been in the art of good-hearted trickery. And at the seat of it all, it's all about the fun of it. What I have found in my exploration of you and some of the souls that are passing through here, some unsavory behavior that stray. What do you know of the ritual of bloodletting? She asks you, staring directly into your fucking soul now. You remember, as she asks this question, a series of, I'll say all of your bloodletting rituals from the past come back in a wave over you.
I think I'll kind of go a little bit more serious. Like, I'm less nervous and a little bit more shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And what did she ask me? What I remember of it?
Mm-hmm.
I was to give what I needed to give to honor you and honor the temple and show my devotion.
I want to make it very clear to you and to anyone else that you may come in contact with in your time here and above, so be it, that if you find that anyone is practicing that type of magics around you, if you find that anyone is utilizing that art around you, put them out of their fucking misery.
Anyone?
Anyone. It's not to be practiced. It's not for this realm. It's not for any realm. You see, she begins to stifle a chest cough. And she looks over at you, Manya, and she says, "So why are you here? Go on, speak up."
Dahlia, do you want to translate for me?
Can you not talk to her yourself? You can talk to her. Look how nice she is right now. She's helping us.
You're calling her out right there.
She's just like, okay. She definitely thinks this goddess is a little scary. I think that she will talk normally in Aerith's head. With Reshi, it was very much like a teasing in his ear, but with Aerith, it's like so normal. I was just following Dahlia. I was just following, my friend, and I wanted to ask about my other friend, and that was it. Just
And your other friend is?
the tiefling that was in the cage. I don't necessarily have to know where she went, but is she okay?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yes, but no. She had it good here. She left of her own volition. Sneak thieves are not appreciated. Make sure you tell your friends that we know that. Additionally, and she points to you and traces down your body with her finger.
Like me?
Mm-hmm. And points to your hip. We see everything here, my love. Everything. Give it back.
Absolutely not. It belongs to me.
Give it back and see why they call me a goddess.
I mean, if you threatened me, I wouldn't mind to play with a goddess.
And Roll me a dexterity saving throw, my love.
That's okay. My God, this
Was
is
this all
so.
telepathic between you two? Did you say anything out loud? Well, you wouldn't say anything, but did Eris say anything out loud?
Nope. This is all just being exchanged with a smile and a glance.
A dex save?
Yes, love.
Okay, it's a 6.
A 6, huh? I need you to also roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay, I still have an action ready.
Okay, you can if you want.
You said strength saving?
Yes, please.
Where's my strength? Okay, that's an 18.
Excellent. You're able to wriggle your neck from his grasp as Reshi appears immediately behind you and snatches from your belt your whole skirt off of your body and begins to kind of try to push you forward towards her. And she said what she said, as if he can also hear her telepathic communication.
I want to very quickly grab for it.
Mhm.
So that way I can at least like hold on to it.
Roll me a dexterity check at disadvantage as you are currently yoked up.
Okay. Dang, 4.
4.
I'm not good at dex.
You try to writhe out of this circumstance. Dahlia, from your viewpoint, Aerith is smiling. Her husband just randomly jumped on your friend and began to what looks like physically altercate and rip her clothing and her lyre away from her. The goddess is not moving, just smiling.
She'll
I'm
hear.
not gonna react. Besides, just I'll look down and just try to like make myself small and unseen and let them handle this.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, I'll remember that.
You
We love
expect her to do?
obedience.
That was exactly what I expected her to do.
She'll just hear like Aerith will hear in her head, and I guess Reshi too. Like, no, that isn't fair because this belongs to me. Those are mine. Those are mine. What? This girl can't do bloodletting, but you can steal my organs? That doesn't make sense.
You would see Aerith extend a hand towards you, and the instrument would float up from the ground and begin to undulate towards her, kind of rotating slowly. And she would very forcefully grasp it out of the air. And she said, all of you, every last one of you, you're all mine. That was your problem in life. You think you're owed everything, that everything, everyone belongs to you, that it's just yours to own. She is not yours. These are not yours. You are nothing. But you are blessed. And you watch as she plucks the strings, and as her fingers pluck across these strings, you can feel snapping happening in your neck underneath Reshi's hand. This almost rubber band zap that happens underneath the skin, each one breaking underneath her long clawed finger.
Oh, I'm dying. Great. Okay.
Clip, 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 all of the individual strings bing, 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 begin to clip and break apart out of this instrument. You can all see black, red, and purple magic begin to swirl around from the outside of this instrument and begin to kind of choke Manya out, coming in underneath her fins and in through where she doesn't have gills, but coming in and cutting through her neck. You can see this magic starting to cut through the flesh. And then Aerith stands, wobbles slightly, puts her hand over top of his hand on top of your neck, as you're trying to get out of this like hemmed up circumstance, and says, you're welcome. Remember, you're my guest. Your voice for the first time scratchy like fiberglass in your throat. You can feel this molten hot. The cells are burning as they sew themselves back together. She heals you, and your voice is your own once more.
And I think the very first thing that she says, like, through, like, coughs and, like, raspiness is like, "You are horrifying."
She is horrifying. Uh,
This is why I
she
don't follow gods.
she smiles at you, but you watch. Both of you roll a perception check.
17.
17.
God, math.
Math it up, smarty pants. Blut.
20. Dirty 20.
Sick. The both of you watch as after she does this, you see she kind of blinks really, really hard. And then she sits herself down on the bed and says, "Now, I would love to chat more with you, and if you win, I will give you an open floor, love. But really, I must get to bed tonight."
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
"Be well." And she waves you both like, "Get the fuck out of my room." You see Reshi drops all grip on your skirt and body and all of you, but had not ceased up until she had finished. Until she was done doing whatever she wanted to do, he did not let up at all. And as soon as it seems like she's like, "Go on, Tata," he's real like, "Blah, get away from me."
I mean, yeah, I didn't like you touching me either. God.
We will jump back into the bedroom of Kit briefly. Curled up, balled up on the floor, the first to arrive to the scene, Marisol. I'd say you get a couple of minutes here in private
Yeah,
before the others come charging.
I may have. Was Ezra there?
He's just talking through her body. So I would say if you sneak in, you would definitely be able to hear it.
I think Mari unthinkingly takes a very familiar pose in the windowsill in the dark. Completely invisible, but with complete view as to everything that's happening. How is Kit?
Definitely alarming looking. Still glowing red underneath of what seems to be some sort of makeshift, almost like a shelf that has been converted into a table because of Kit's large frame. It seems like there has been an effort made here to make this more like a bedroom type setting, but this is very much a storage area. You can see big crates. There's there's many crates, but a lot of them have like blankets and coverings over top of them with like picture frames on them and stuff like that. There are lots of like children-y like toys that have been placed out that look like automatic automaton style toys, little jumping frogs and smacking cymbal type monkeys and all sorts of stuff like that. That it kind of like litter the floor here, following a trail of like sprawled out jacks and a ball. You see Kit hunched underneath the table, hands over her head, kind of like, "Shut up, shut up."
Truthfully, I'll probably just keep watching at this point.
Okay. Kit, you hear Azeroth like, "Okay, all right, I'll stop talking. If that's what you need, I'll stop talking. And here's the thing. Look, I just want to help."
You don't want me. You've never wanted to help me. You lied.
Oh. "Sometimes you have to keep an eye on the things that you care about. So it's not just you, it's the whole castle. I promise. I'm watching everything. Do you need me to come down? I'll come down if you need me."
I thought I was different than the rest of the castle. I knew you were watching the rest of them.
"You are." And he's, "Hold on." and it's quiet, and you are alone in the darkness, and the conversation and the channel that you know kind of picks up. You can hear it when he kicks on, just like the background noise of him being there. The line falls dead.
I think Kit would stay in the same kind of position, and you'd probably see her kind of, even though she can't cry, like I don't think there's anything physically coming out of her body. I think she is shaking and sobbing.
I would say
Is
a couple
she
beats pass while she's crying.
is
She's
she
just
more
trying to breathe.
sad than angry now?
I would say that this would have kind of moved to a sad rage instead of an angry rage. Still, you can still see the glowing red. You can still see that. It would be hard to tell because there's no tears or emoting that's happening that is visible. So I would say it would be hard to see a physical change.
You would hear ever so soft, like if it was just on the wind. And Maddie's just like, Kit, Kokoya, are you all right now?
I don't know if Kit can physically answer.
Seconds later, you can hear footsteps pounding down the hallway, 2 separate pairs of feet. Would both of you roll me a perception check as you look for the area where the glowing robot resides?
Not me, it's them.
Perception, you are so not perceptive. Come on.
I love the
13.
You Are So Not Perceptive song.
Alright, I don't think Kit's being quiet, so.
You can hear the sound of heavy breathing and crying from one of the distant rooms, and you guys kind of make your way down the hallway and see a partially ajar door with a glowing red light kind of tucked in the back of the room.
I like put a hand out to Umbreo. I say, just be careful. Red lights tend to lead to danger. And then I like take my sword and I like creak it open and I peek my head in and I say, Kit, you okay? Hey, buddy.
I think she would scoot further under the table that she's on. You'd hear the sound of metal scraping against the floor as she, like, scooted back.
I look at Mari and I'm like,
Oh, you can't see her.
You wouldn't be able to see her. She's totally
yeah.
invisible.
I'm
That's
invisible.
right, that's right.
She's a creepy disembodied voice.
I'm like,
Oh, I
okay,
don't-
okay.
I was gonna say, I don't even think they heard her when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got there.
I think Lova's gonna like crouch down, but I just look like a giant fucking ball. I'm just like, Kit, buddy.
Umbriel, do you walk in as well, like following behind?
Yeah.
Umbriel, I think I'm too scary. Can you try to talk to them?
Sure. Hey, Kit.
Buddy.
Buddy, you doing okay?
They're just the same person, just mini involved.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
For
What are you sorry about?
I messed everything up. I ruined everything.
oh,
I haven't ruined anything, honey.
I ruined the library.
The library's still there.
ruined the feast table and all of those other things. And I'm not supposed to do that.
I need everyone to roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
I'm already rolling with disadvantage.
Good luck, Lova.
Including me, or
Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
8.
24.
It's a 4.
24?
Disadvantage, right?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 2 18s.
Oh,
Got it.
nice.
damn.
Seeing the shadow hit the door before anybody else sees. The door is
Tracks.
mostly pried open at this point in time from Lova and Umbriel entering. You can just see the bareliest shadow coming down the hall. The footsteps are incredibly light. Bursting through the doorway, quickly, holding a contraption you have never seen before in their hand, is a drow gentleman, and so beautiful that it could make you cry. He looks like he was carved from stone. He is the epitome of classically stunning features. He has perfect hair. He has perfect bone structure. He has these incredibly long pointed ears. His skin tone is almost like a almost like a charcoal leading into a purple. He is incredibly stunning against the shadow. Just the bareliest outlines of his features flashing in the darkness. And he holds out what looks like a Gatling gun into the room and says, "Kit, I'm really sorry. It's time you come with me."
Nah, you need to leave.
Addie has an arrow drawn in the shadows.
And we are actually going to end here for the night. We'll pick back up here the next time that we stream.
Amazing.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Amazing.
It was